Hi, Taurus. Hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Brian. I am your queer psychic bestie, and I have a reading for you guys today. This is going to be a mid-month check-in for the sign of Taurus. So if you have Taurus anywhere in your chart, maybe you just vibe with Tauruses, you could be a cross-watcher. Whatever the case may be, this reading might resonate for you. As always, this is the internet. We're going to take what resonates and we're going to leave what does not. All right. Taurus, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you could do that through email or form submission on my website. Okay, cards are getting mixed up here, Taurus. It feels like you're a little... Things might be a little messy for you right now. I don't know how else to describe that, but let's get into this. I feel like I was missing something. I feel like I'm supposed to say something else, and now I'm, like, really blanking. I guess it's not important if I can't remember it. So if my normal spiel is off, Taurus, you know why. All right. Let's get into this. Bottom of the deck, challenge. Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Taurus, your challenge for your mid-month is sort of... It has to do with your view of progress, changing your perspective here, specifically like how you view progress and like how you are interacting with progress and like your idea of progress in this mid-month of August. Oh, I think that's what I missed. This is for August. Interesting. Let's get into it. You start with the Page of Swords and the King of Swords in the reverse. So, Taurus, right off the bat, I feel like you guys are being very self-critical right now. It feels like with the Page of Swords and the King of Swords in reverse, some of you are looking, I almost want to say looking for a way out of something. But I feel like, let me adjust this a little bit. But I feel like some of you may be overthinking a strategy right now. It feels like you're kind of looking at something and you're like, okay, I need to do this and I need to do that. But you're almost over analyzing the situation. I feel like you're spending a lot of time. This is a weird way to put it. You're spending so much time looking at it instead of doing it that I think you're sort of almost in analysis paralysis, right? Sometimes when I spend a lot of time thinking about a task and then looking at the task, it almost warps my perspective of the task, and then the task therein becomes very daunting, very heavy, almost monumental like. And I feel like, Taurus, some of you guys are struggling with that this month. It feels like you're looking at things and you're ruminating on them for so long that it's preventing you from actually going out and tackling the task itself. You know, I almost feel like this is a moment of, like, the way my guides are showing this to me is really funny. Do you remember, I think it was a commercial that Shia LaBeouf did. I think it was for Nike, but like the Just Do It. That's what's coming through here, babe. So that might just be a call to arms, you know, literally just get out there and do it. Maybe Nike means something for you. I really don't know. I'm assuming it's quite literal. Okay, that's a lot. I will not be taking that one. Thank you very much. Okay. Interesting. Okay, why 5 off the bat? Okay, thank you. Hold on. My guys are like 3 first, then the 2. Okay. 8 of Cups, 5 of Swords, 3 of Cups. Okay, interesting. Taurus, I feel like some of you guys have friends. The way that this is coming through, not like, that's not the end of the sentence. Could you imagine? I'm like, some of you guys don't have friends. No, that's not what I'm saying. Some of you guys have friends that are almost mentoring you a little bit, is what I want to say here. This is weird how it's coming through. Like, with the 8 of Cups, the 5 of Swords here, and the 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, I feel like some of you guys are... You have friends that are either, maybe not mentoring isn't the right word, but they're offering you advice. They're offering aid right now. I feel like there's like some communal efforts to help you out right now. And it feels like with that 5 of Swords here, you may be kind of shooting yourself in the foot. It's self-sabotage by not really listening. I feel like some of you guys are, you know what you need to do. You've been told what you need to do, babe, you just got to do it. I think that's why that Shia LaBeouf reference came through. I really do feel like you guys are not, the way my guides are saying this to me is a little bit abrasive, so please do brace. But they're like, you're not stupid. And I think part of the problem here is that you may be calling yourself that word. That's a really ugly word. I don't like using it. I only use it when I'm like gaming. I'll be like, okay, that was a stupid play. But like when we're talking about how we're talking to ourselves, that's a very ugly word to use. Okay. I would be very careful with the labels you're appointing to yourself right now and the ways in which you're speaking and interacting with yourself. Okay. Scrub stupid out of your vocabulary. I try really hard to never use stupid to describe a person. Like I said, I play a lot of video games. Like if I do something, let's say, you know, I'm playing Call of Duty and I am one person and I run into a group of four, I'm not going to be like, wow, I'm so stupid. I'm going to be like, okay, that was a stupid play. Like that was a stupid thing that I did, you know? And even then, I usually just say the play was stupid. I try not to be like, oh, that was like, I did something stupid. You know, so try to be a little bit more nuanced with that word, how you're using it. I never, like I said, really try to stay away from using it to describe yourself. Maybe in a video game, you could be like, okay, that was a stupid play. Follow my lead here. But I wouldn't use it to describe yourself. Okay. You've got Death and the Knight of Pentacles here as well. Taurus, some of you could have Scorpio in your chart. Death is here. But I do feel like with the Death and the Knight of Pentacles, some of you also need to recognize that a little bit of progress is better than no progress. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. I feel like a lot of you are trying to build something substantial, but also sturdy. A lot of S words keep coming through, so maybe S is important for you as well. It could be like a name for you. I feel like you guys are trying to build something long-term. This is not quick success. You're trying to build long-term success, and that usually, I mean, quite literally, it takes longer. But it also, you got to be patient here, babe. Okay, that's what I'm really trying to get to. I feel like a lot of you guys want some sort of long-standing success here, but you want it to happen in 5 minutes. It's not going to happen, babe. Okay, there needs to be a little bit more patience here and a little bit more, the way my guides are saying this to me is like tweak the way that you are interacting with success. You know, I mean, this is very similar to your challenge, like the way that you are interacting with productivity and success and all these things, and we assign meanings to these words, right? And so it feels like you've assigned sort of this very reductive meaning to these words. You know, it's like they don't hold a lot of meaning because you want them to happen like that. And I feel like some of you guys need to recognize that that's not healthy for you, and it's also not helping you, you know? Not that quick success is bad, but quick success is just that. It's quick. You know, you don't get that long-term stability from something that's quickly successful. And that's what I mean when I say you're assigning the meaning there. Yeah, Ten of Wands. The other way my guides are giving this to me to use an example for you of how we assign meaning to a word. I grew up in a household that was very abusive and very based on traditional body standards. And so in my household, in my world, the word fat was synonymous with the word ugly. It was assigned the same meaning. Do you see what I mean? So in my world, for the past 10 years, I've had to consciously make an effort to unassign ugly and fat as one. Okay, that's what I mean by you're assigning meaning to everything. That's what you guys need to work on. Maybe not literally in the body standard way, but that's the example they want me to give you to make it really obvious, okay? Because you've also got the Ten of Wands here. Taurus, I feel like a lot of what you're looking at right now, a lot of these outdated belief systems or the meaning that you're assigning to things is burdensome. It's tiring, you know? I feel like some of you guys are, the way my guides are saying this is kind of funny, tired of your own bullshit. Excuse my language, of course. You know, I feel like some of you guys are looking at your habits and your belief system and your ways of thinking, and you're like, okay, like, babe, I'm sick of this. You know, you get to a point when you have sort of this traumatic story that's always replaying for you, which is what I feel like you guys have. Oh my God, I just got attacked. I don't know, something just flew into my eye. That was crazy. You know, when you have this traumatic story that you guys are kind of stuck with here and it's constantly replaying for you, it becomes so exhausting and so burdensome. And I feel like that's where you guys are here. And that's where your mid month is kind of like, okay, change it. You know, you're tired of it. We're tired of it. The world is tired of it. Change it. Okay? Because your next two cards are the Ace of Wands in the reverse and the Six of Cups. A lot of you, this is like the extent of a childhood wound. Keep in mind the inner child goes all the way up to 21 nowadays, okay? I just learned that recently. Blew my mind. I'm telling all of you. The inner child is not relegated to the realm of 12 or 13. It goes all the way up to like early adulthood now, okay? You guys need to understand that your limiting belief system here was crafted over many, many, many years. It's going to take considerable and consistent effort to dismantle that and replace it with something new. Excuse me, and something positive. The burp is confirmation for you, okay? I had a reader say this to me once. I'm going to say it to you now, Taurus. It is not enough to simply recognize a pattern. We can recognize it. We can see it. That doesn't mean I'm getting rid of it. That's like every day. Let's say I sell my house and someone comes into my room and says, you know, I hate white walls. And then every day they say to themselves, wow, I really hate white walls, but they don't ever repaint. Do you see what I mean? You're recognizing the pattern. The pattern is, I hate white walls. Every house I've ever lived in, I hate this white wall. But just recognizing it doesn't fix the fact that the walls are all white. Do you see it now? Okay? You've got I almost just dropped all of these cards. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. For a lot of you, it's a mom wound. Queen of Pentacles, that's a mom card for me. This is the wound about reception. It's the wound about receiving love, giving love, being worthy of love. In this case, loving yourself may look like tackling a really messy room. It may look like doing that laundry that's been sitting in your hamper for 5 days. You know, I feel like a lot of you guys here need to reconcile that taking care of ourselves sometimes is not easy, but it is an act of self-love. You know, today, for instance, I have an event tomorrow. So in preparation for the event, I shaved my head, trimmed my beard, cleaned up all my lines, okay? That's me showing up for myself, loving myself, taking care of myself. It was a task I put off, okay? I'll be real transparent and honest with you, Taurus. It was a task I put off. Why? Because I got stuck in the same cycle as you here, where I overanalyzed it and I overthought about it, and it took me legitimately 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes out of my, 12-hour day that I'm awake. I think I can spare it. But also makes me feel good about myself. I'm taking care of myself. I'm doing things for myself. Okay? You guys need to reconcile here that sometimes, and when I say sometimes, most of the time, when we take care of ourselves, we feel good about it afterwards. It releases endorphins, make brain go burr and be happy. Okay? I feel like that's what you guys need to recognize here, is that taking care of yourself is hard, but it is always worth it, okay? Yeah, Nine of Swords, Five of Wands. A lot of you guys are just so trapped in your mental world here. You know, I say this all the time, but your mental landscape shapes your physical world. So what you think about becomes your reality. Okay? So this is what we mean when we say, watch what you're thinking. Be careful of the thoughts going through your head. If the thoughts are negative, the physical world becomes mucky. It becomes tarnished by those negative thoughts. Okay? Taurus, you need to recognize right now how powerful your own mind is, because that's what's keeping you stuck here. The negative self-beliefs, the negative self-talks. These are what is creating a world where you feel stuck, limited, uninterested, bored, listless. All these things come from the jellyfish in your head. Okay? Our brain and our spinal column, we are jellyfishes piloting a meat suit. All right? Sometimes I call it a Gundam. Throwback to when I was an early teen and Gundam was still on TV. Okay? You are an intergalactic space jellyfish targeting a Gundam made out of meat and bones. You are so powerful and you have no idea. Own it. Recognize it. Recognize that your words have power. And then change them. What's that? This is so cliche what my guy just said to me. The pen is mightier than the sword. Your words are everything. All right, let's get you one more for this pile. Yep, the world. What did I tell you? Your world is created by your mind. Your reality is shaped by your thoughts. Okay? It's like the way my guy just showing this to me is so funny. Like a jigsaw puzzle. You know, you change all the pieces in a puzzle. If I change a piece of the puzzle because my brain tells me to, and it messes with the image in front of me, I did that. Okay, I chose to do that. You have to start arranging the puzzle to look the way you want it to look. Okay? Because your last two cards here have the Three of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Taurus, I'm going to be real mean right now. Okay? But I promise it's with love. You are breaking your own heart. Not your parents, not your job, not your friends. Us. We are doing it to ourselves. This is like there's a song, you'll have to forgive me, I can't get the name of it right now, but the lyrics are, I wouldn't talk to my friends the way I talk to myself. Right now, Taurus, I really don't want to slam you guys here, but this mid-month is a reminder for you that the antagonist, I think is the word I'm looking for, the antagonist in your story is you. You're standing in your own way, but it's here. It's not physically. You're not blocking your own path in a physical way. You're blocking your path in a mental way. Okay, this is going to be really specific. Some of you are thinking about going back to school. I would entertain this thought. Okay, it's coming through loud and clear. I would entertain this thought a little bit more than you are. Okay? Yeah, Queen of Wands, Five of Cups, and the Two of Cups. Maybe that is the spur that you need. For those of you that are thinking about it, Two of Cups, Queen of Wands, Taurus, you got to recognize when something excites you versus when it doesn't. Okay? If the thought is exciting, if it makes you go, oh my God, I would love that. There's your answer. Okay, I'll give you a real world example. A lot of you know this. Some of you may not if you're new here. I used to be a hairdresser. Before I was a hairdresser, I went to college, got my degree, got accepted into a master's for social work program. The thought of going to a master's was so mentally debilitating for me. I got accepted and I cried about it. Red flag. I applied for beauty school. I got accepted. I was so excited. There was so much anticipation for me. I could not wait to get into it, there's my answer, babe. What do I want to do? Beauty school? Masters. The way my guide just said this to me is that your emotions, your heart, will always give you the answer you're looking for. Your mind will try to convince you otherwise. What's that one song? I think it's Black Eyed Peas. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. I don't sing and I will not sing for you. Listen to your heart, babe. I know. So cliche. 10 of Pentacles and the Sun. Because it will never lead you wrong. Ah, Taurus. 10 of Pentacles is longevity. It's the happy ending. You got the house, the 2.5 kids, the dog. You got it all. Okay? The Sun is the happiest card in the deck, babe. You have to fight tooth and nail in this world. We live in a very dense 3D reality right now. We have to fight for what makes us happy. Taurus, this is no exception. If you want to be happy, my guides just said it to me, prove it. Prove it to yourself. 7 of Swords, Knight of Swords. Prove it by stop sacrificing yourself. Prove it by putting yourself first, by being kinder to yourself, by enriching yourself instead of bringing yourself down, okay? At the end of the night, we go to bed with ourselves, and every day I wake up with myself. If I am not my biggest cheerleader, if I am not constantly cheering myself forward and wishing the best for myself, what am I doing? Okay? This mid-month for you, Taurus, is a very large wake-up call. Ooh, I just put these backwards. Okay, it's fine. Let's get you an oracle card, Taurus. The oracle deck I am using is the Angelarium. It is my favorite oracle deck to date. I use it all the time. If you've watched literally any video of mine, you've seen it. Okay? Let's get you an oracle card. What does Taurus need for their mid-month? What does Taurus need for their mid-month? Mid-month for Taurus, please. What's the advice here? Thank you. Interesting. Azazel, Angel of Sacrifice. Let's read it. Azazel. It's number 33. 3-3. Interesting. To see this card is to know that there is a higher purpose calling to you. It asks you what you are willing to sacrifice to achieve your goals. There is wisdom in attempting to find those answers, but there is folly in fetishizing one's own self-destruction. Compromise is needed to not lose too much in pursuit of a righteous cause. This card always, always, always reminds me, the equity of the universe is what I call it. If you want something, you have to give something up. The scales always have to be balanced, Taurus. What are you willing to give up for the life that you dream of? Okay? Taurus, that is your mid-month reading. I will end it there for you. If this reading resonates with you, or if my style of reading resonates with you, do consider liking and subscribing. We are on the way to 200 subscribers, which is so exciting. If you guys would like to interact with me on a live basis, I do go live 3 days a week on Twitch. You can find me Wednesday and Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. EST, as well as Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. EST. Not this Saturday. Tomorrow, I have events all day. I will not be there. If you guys would also, there is a Discord server. There's a Discord community available to you. Drop by one of the Twitch lives. The link is always made available by one of my mods. It's just a really uplifting, positive, happy community to be a part of. Okay. Taurus, I leave you with that. I hope to see you over on Twitch one of these days, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Okay. Bye.